The air smelled like cinnamon and nostalgia. Snowflakes, handcrafted by an entire department of artisans whose sole job was to make flakes look fluffy, edible, and magical, floated across a sparkling soundstage. Marshmallow clouds hung from wires. Lollipop lamp posts gleamed like polished gemstones. And a gingerbread house taller than some Los Angeles condos stood proudly in the center, its gumdrop shingles glistening under stage lights. This was Gingerbread Land, the streaming mega-hit that unexpectedly became the world's new holiday obsession. What started as a quirky family-friendly comedy series had, by season 3, turned into a full-blown global phenomenon. But as the holiday special was being filmed, one burning question nagged fans. Do the stars of Gingerbread Land actually know anything about real gingerbread? Sure, they spent hours acting inside giant cookie houses. Yes, they'd mastered the art of walking in gumdrop shoes. Absolutely, they'd all posted Instagram photos kissing giant gingerbread men, posing with icing bags like couture accessories, or lying seductively on candy cane chaise lounges. But in real life, could they define the difference between a Lebkuchen and a peppercocker? Did they know why medieval Europeans baked gingerbread in the first place? Could any of them actually bake, without a sous chef, a food stylist, or an assistant named Marjorie hovering nearby? To find out, we went deep inside the holiday set, and deeper into the sugary souls of the cast. This is the definitive, delightfully chaotic, laughter-filled oral history of how the stars of Gingerbread Land fared when confronted with the most important knowledge test of their careers. The Great Gingerbread Quiz. Cookie Chapter 1. The Legend of Gingerbread Land. Before the quiz, a quick origin story. The show began as a small, whimsical pitch. What if a group of real humans accidentally got transported into a magical land made entirely of gingerbread, and the only way home was learning the ancient baking arts? Producers expected a modest seasonal series. What they didn't expect: 5.4 billion global streaming hours in its first month. A viral TikTok trend, #gingerbread_glow-up, involving icing, freckles and gumdrop contouring. A theme park partnership currently in development. And of course, a cast of charming, ultra-photogenic actors who became instant tabloid fixtures for things like, caught licking the set walls, and, which gumdrop starter home would you buy? The stars quickly became household names. Chloe Frost plays Holly, the wide-eyed heroine allergic to cinnamon but destined to save Gingerbread Land. Jasper Noel plays Crispin, a gingerbread boy brought to life by a magical oven and questionable physics. Saffron Hale plays Queen Caramelique, ruler of the sugared queendom and breaker of men, particularly ones made of cookie dough. Theo Marsh plays Marshall Marshmallow, security chief of the Candy Cane Guard. Piper Mint plays Peppy, the talking peppermint stick who is widely considered the true star. Gregory Crumb, who is not an actor but plays the narrator because his voice is what hot chocolate sounds like. The cast was beloved, charismatic, wholesome, but after months on a set made of artificial sugar, we needed to know, did any of them actually know anything about gingerbread? Candy Chapter 2. The interrogation begins. Our quiz was simple. We asked each cast member, when was gingerbread invented? What gives gingerbread its signature flavor? Is it possible to build a structurally sound house out of gingerbread? Would they eat a gingerbread person in real life, or would that be cannibalism? Bonus. Show us your icing skills. Results varied wildly. Star Chloe Frost. I thought gingerbread was invented by Santa. Chloe arrived smelling like vanilla bean, wrapped in a fuzzy sweater with candy cane stripes. Her character is the earnest protagonist, but Chloe Frost the human. Utter chaos. Q. When was gingerbread invented? Chloe. The 1800s. Or maybe the 1200s. Or maybe Santa invented it as a treat for elves. I feel like elves would want something crunchy. Or soft. I don't know. I'm stressed. Turns out, gingerbread actually dates back over 1,000 years, but we didn't have the heart to tell her she was only sort of close by linguistic accident. Q. What gives it its signature flavor? Chloe. Ginger, right. Wait, is that a trick question? It was not. Q. Could you build a house out of it? Chloe. I mean, yes. If you were, like, a giant, and your hands were ovens. I don't know. Next question. Q. Would you eat a gingerbread man? Chloe. No, I would adopt him, raise him, get him into preschool, protect him with my life. Her icing skills, shockingly brilliant. Chloe piped a perfect snowflake in under 6 seconds. Therapy, she explained. Star Jasper Noel. As a gingerbread person, I take this personally. Jasper has played Crispin the gingerbread boy for 3 seasons. He knows how to move like a cookie. He knows how to stand very still and claim it's method acting. He knows icing better than some pastry chefs. But knowledge. Q. When was gingerbread invented? Jasper. As the show's resident baked goods expert, I can confidently say, a long time ago. He wasn't wrong, but also not correct. Q. What gives gingerbread its flavor? Jasper. My first instinct was to say ginger, but that feels too obvious, so I'm going with nutmeg. Cinnamon. Vibes. Q. Would you eat a gingerbread man? Jasper. Gasp, that's murder. He then went on a 5-minute rant about gingerbread rights. His icing skills. Terrible. His gingerbread man looked like it had been through something traumatic. Star Saffron Hale. Gingerbread is a state of mind. Saffron Hale, who plays Queen Caramellique, walked onto set wearing a golden robe with a caramel drip collar and a crown that looked heavier than emotional baggage. Her entire aesthetic was, villain, but make it dessert. Q. When was gingerbread invented? Saffron. I believe gingerbread emerged during medieval festivals, where people molded it into shapes of monarchs as a form of political commentary. She was right, startlingly right. Harvard would accept this woman. Q. What flavors gingerbread? Saffron. Ginger. Molasses. Darkness. Q. Would you eat a gingerbread man? Saffron. Yes, and I would do it slowly, so he understands who truly rules the cookie kingdom. Icing skills. Elegant. Sharp. Slightly frightening. Her gingerbread cookie looked like it could file taxes and run a kingdom. Star Theo Marsh. I only joined this show for free snacks. Theo, the fan-favorite comedic relief actor, approached the quiz with the energy of a man who had eaten an entire gingerbread house that morning. Q. When was gingerbread invented? Theo. 1997. That's when my grandma started making it. Q. What flavors it? Theo. Love, and sugar, and more love, and by love I mean sugar. Q. Could you build a house out of it? Theo. Yeah, but I'd eat it before move-in day. Icing skills. He wrote YOLO on his cookie. Sideways. Star Peppermint. Finally, a quiz I have been training for my entire life. Peppermint, Peppy the talking peppermint stick, was prepared. Like, Olympics level prepared. Q. When was gingerbread invented? Piper. 10th century. Brought to Europe by Armenian monk Gregory of Nicopolis. He taught the French. They taught everyone else. We stared. She smiled. Q. What gives it flavor? Piper. Ginger, cloves, nutmeg, molasses. Next question. Q. Could you build a house out of it? Piper. Technically yes, if you use royal icing as mortar and keep humidity low. Q. Would you eat a gingerbread man? Piper. Absolutely, if he attacks me first. Icing skills. Professional. Nearly illegal. Peppermint is the Beyoncé of gingerbread. Star the narrator Gregory Krumb. Gingerbread is a metaphor for life. No one asked for philosophy. Gregory provided it anyway. Q. What is gingerbread? Gregory, voice deep as a snowstorm. Gingerbread is the resilience of the human spirit, spiced, baked, and shaped by tradition. A symbol of warmth during cold winters. A reminder that sweetness survives hardship. Q. Would you eat a gingerbread man? Gregory. Not if he had a family. Lollipop Chapter 3. Behind the scenes, the cast's gingerbread chaos. During filming breaks, the cast forms two camps. Cookie The, I love gingerbread, group. Piper. Saffron. Chloe, if it's gluten-free. Cookie The, I swear if I smell one more molasses cookie I'm moving to France, group. Jasper. Theo. Several exhausted crew members. Fun revelations from set. The big gingerbread house is sprayed nightly with a protective coating because Theo once tried to eat the windows. Chloe has a ritual where she whispers, I honor your cookie ancestors, before scenes with gingerbread extras. Jasper refuses to stand near real ovens because he fears becoming one with his character. Piper once corrected the prop department's spice blend. She was right. Saffron actively frightens the cookie extras. Chocolate Chapter 4. The final gingerbread challenge. To end the quiz, we handed each star a piping bag, a blank cookie, a bowl of assorted edible decorations. 10 minutes. Absolutely no instructions. The results were Star Chloe. Delicate snowflake art that could be printed on limited edition holiday merchandise. Star Jasper. Something that looked like a gingerbread man witnessing the secrets of the universe. Star Saffron. A gingerbread monarch with a caramel cape and a stare that said, pay your taxes. Star Theo. A cookie with sunglasses, holding a tiny gummy skateboard. Star Piper. A masterpiece so beautiful several producers tried to steal it for the promo shoot. Star Gregory. A cookie with a poem written on it and icing so tiny it required magnification. Gift Chapter 5. What the cast learned. After the quiz, each star had to answer. Do you now feel more connected to gingerbread? Their answers. Chloe. Yes, and emotionally overwhelmed. Jasper. I feel guilty for every gingerbread cookie I've ever eaten. Saffron. Power comes in many forms. Gingerbread is one of them. Theo. I feel hungry. Piper. This was my Avengers moment. Gregory. Connection begins with crumbs. Glowing Star Chapter 6. Gingerbread Land, Why We Love It. The secret to Gingerbread Land isn't just the cookies. It isn't the glittering gumdrops or the holiday magic. It's the cast, lovable, messy, earnest, chaotic, living in a world where sweetness wins, icing is therapy, and even villains smell like caramel. They don't always know their gingerbread facts. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they waffle, literally. But they care. They laugh. They learn. And that sincerity, that's what makes Gingerbread Land feel like a warm mug of cocoa on a cold night.